Hello fam, Ken Mills here once again with World of Comedy 5 Entertainment. So to give you the idea of what Unbiased is, we always see things on social media and also in the world where we wonder what is the thought process behind these idiotic things that people do. We're going to give an honest, unbiased opinion. So with that being said, we're going to cover several different topics. These topics will start from mental health, addiction, finance, incarceration, relationships. We're going to be truly unbiased this season. So remember, tune in at 8 p.m. Check us out on Boss Up Houston Network.
Good evening, family. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. I know that was a bombshell, but hey, we're moving on. It's a new day, and today we're going to talk about a specific topic. Getting to it, right? So, I always pride myself on working hard. I got that from my mama. My mama worked 45 years in the healthcare industry, and I would watch her move every day. Matter of fact, sometimes when I used to go to school, I used to be with her when she was at work. She'll work 12-hour, 18-hour shifts, and I'd be sleeping in the break room. So I was no stranger to her getting her hustle on. That empowered me as I got older to do the same thing. So I took that to a corporate perspective. Then I moved over into entertainment. So tonight I have 4 illustrious guests. These guys, they getting to it. They putting together different things in the realms of podcasts, comedy, and film. I want y'all to know them like I know them. They great friends of mine, and we all got stories to tell. So what I want y'all to do, I want y'all to just kick back and enjoy yourselves, because by y'all can tell by the table here, we starting to enjoy ourselves as well. You're now here with Ken Mills on Unbiased on Boss Up Houston Network, and we will return. We'll have our first 3 illustrious guests.
Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up. Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
And we're back. Now these 3 gentlemen that are here, the illustrious guests that I'm speaking of in the intro, they're great friends of mine, and I know after you hear what they have to say, they'll be great friends of yours. I'm bringing to you the Black and Blunt podcast. Now, we'll start to the left. Y'all start to introduce yourselves.
I appreciate you, brother. I go by Jatwan LaRoe. It's LAROU hyphen at the top X.
Go ahead.
And you got me, one of the 3 hosts of the Black and Blunt podcast / show, Jay Will.
And you got yours truly, Carlos Sinclair. You just call me low.
What a bitch.
Bitch. Usually you kick it off with the bitch.
I know, but shit, I don't know who this broadcast. Oh, you right. My bad. My bad.
But be yourselves. Now, that's the reason why. All right. That's my favorite word. Because y'all know I love Pimp C.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yes, sir. Now, what we going to talk about, how did y'all come together with this? How did y'all start this up? I'm going to start with you, Lo.
Shit. I think this nigga came up with the real idea, like to do a podcast. Like shit, we was already got music shit at the house and shit. So the nigga was like, man, let's just go ahead and do a podcast. So shit, we came up with a time, just start sitting down and talking about shit.
Okay. So Jay, tell us some of the topics that y'all talk about.
Oh man, it get crazy on the Black and Blunt podcast. We talk everything from about
Bitches.
relationship, bitches.
Nah. We gotta ease up a little bit because
We
some
get
of
to every show.
Nah, the viewer base now to my lovely ladies. Now he didn't mean that with y'all, but
Not
we're gonna
y'all.
explain what that is later.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Jay.
we talk about everything, anything from trending topics that's going around the world right now, from the ex-dumbass President Trump, all type of stuff, from parenting, co-parenting, I should say. Everything. Don't get me wrong. We try to get everybody's perspective. We've been trying to get a woman on the show, but hey, yeah. But it's just a wide variety of everything we talk about. But we can't stay on topic because of Jatwan, but it is what it is.
Kind of got the woman perspective already.
Come on, Jatwan. Now I know you're gonna tell us the real. Now come on, Jatwan.
It's kind of hard when you deal with two zodiac signs that are the same. So this show has a lot of lack of accountability. That's what makes it volatile. That's what makes the show popping, because it's always going to be me going against them, because it's, our views are aligned the same, but our delivery is just extremely different. So that's why it kind of makes the show a little different, because we're friends, we're like brothers, but it's all, you always got to try to jump the big little brother. So, that's what they do most of the time. But
because I see by the positioning, you kind of carting off to the side, and we got the other brothers here now. Kind of tell us, like, what are your viewpoints? Like, how does it differ?
Okay, so being honest, because this bluntness happening. So I'm more of a realist, but I'm transparent, right? So I try to look at everything from each side of the glass. Whereas as men, sometimes you look at it as though, nah, fuck that. This is the way it is. I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong, but this is not what they're supposed to do. So we clash, like, when it comes to the female tendencies and stuff like that, because they always say I cater to females. The viewpoint. So that's where the issues kind of come about. And we all have the same viewpoints, but the delivery be so different. It's just an argument altogether.
So you mean to tell me, so they say you pander toward the women. So would you be a self-professed ladies man?
No, I wouldn't say that per se.
Okay.
So the way they say pander, right? Like, I'm not a Steve Harvey. Of course, I'm not a Steve Harvey.
Okay.
I'm not a Kevin Samuels either. Mm-hmm. But what I tend to say is, if I can do something, the female should be able to do it. So that's my viewpoint. Like, I feel like if I can cheat and my woman cheats, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to be like, nah, you're a woman, you're not supposed to cheat. The man is only supposed to be able to do that. It's just like, they're like, nah, man, fuck that, because, men, we're wired different. We're wired to cheat. I'm like, well, like to cheat, she can cheat.
Facts.
On that level of that, not this exact conversation. Because we had conversations before when we were talking about, if you step out and you have sex with another female, it's different from your female stepping out having sex with another man.
But see, I put it to you like this: what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah. Right? Now, if you step out of whatever, you gotta accept that medicine when it comes back to you. Now, when you accept that medicine, you can't get emotional, because some men, they'll get emotional. Mm-hmm. They want to fight. They want to fight the man. They want to die the woman and all that. But you got to take it like a player. That's basically what you're saying.
That's basically what I'm saying. Okay. Whatever you dish out, you should be able to get, as far as being a mature man, because we're jealous when we're younger and we kind of possess it. But as you get older and you look at things from different perspectives, you look at it like, okay, well, if I'm doing this, I'm creating this action that she's doing, mm-hmm. and they don't really understand that. They just want to be able to do the action and keep the action going amongst them. Right. Selfish,
All right, so I'm gonna pivot to Jay. Now, Jay, this your chance.
Okay, so me personally, mm-hmm. I like to hold everybody accountable. I'm not going to generalize a certain sex or nothing like that. I play devil advocate on the show. Let's be real. I say when we do certain things, I throw my opinion of percentages out, right? So for an example, if let's just say we ask a question like, who cheats more or whatever, I'm gonna say it's 60-40, meaning 60% of women cheat if they're unhappy. If they try to rectify the situation and it don't work, they gonna step out. I respect it more if you tell me, look, this shit ain't just working. However, let's be real. Just because I'm a man, I'm not gonna put the lower percentage on our side. I know a lot of niggas cheat or whatever, but it is what it is. So me personally, I can't say, you know what, women it is, men of that, because I don't know every man, I don't know every woman. Now we got some people on the show that's gonna take it a whole nother level and be like, well, look, I'm gonna do this, but she can't do that. I'm gonna come in at this time, she can't come in at that time.
Like when you say certain people, like could you put a name on that? Because I feel like
if
you're being a narrator. You're being a narrator to yourself. So I just want to make sure who like
me. I'm okay. So if I'm wrong, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Anytime certain situations come up, and please, y'all can go and look at the past episodes. I was the person always saying like, hey, this number, that number, based off my opinion. Not looking at stats because hey, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. However, it is what it is.
But see,
I did.
But see, if I could interject, you'll never know when a woman cheat, because woman could be cheating and she talking about you need to move. She need to move something out of her house. She had a dude moving with you and you wouldn't even know it.
Facts. However, now and that's back to the point to where he was like, my bad, Jaton. It was like somebody a shoot or somebody else choke him or whatever the case may be. Now we had a past episode or whatever, and I was like, as a man, if your woman cheats, if you out here doing what you're doing, you got to take your L, right? Mm-hmm. I respect that. That's how the game go. I mean, it is what it is. So with that being said, if you out here and you doing what you're doing, take hold of that L, because when it happens to you, you can't feel no type of way.
That's facts. But you say you was gonna choke if she sucked somebody else's dick. So I'm confused.
Okay, now let's be real, world. I'm this type of nigga. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. My girl can't see another nigga dick. Plain and simple. I feel some type of way. Like in a relationship, I feel some type of way. Like that's just me. Now, all right, put it like this. If I'm in a relationship, well, I'm engaged. So with that being said, right? I ain't really out here shooting my shot at bitches. I'm not. I'm cool. With that being said, if a nigga shoot a shot at my girl, I'm gonna respect my girl to be like, hey. Expect my girl to be like, hey, nah, I'm cool. I got to do it.
So Jay, I'm just gonna interject real quick. So how would you rate your woman from a scale of 1 to 10 on looks, on personality, everything? And I got something for that.
I've been waiting on this one.
Go ahead.
So, to me, my woman is a 10.
Okay.
This is my opinion of my woman.
Yeah, as it should.
And can't nobody tell me differently.
So as it should. So I put it to you like this: if she a 10, that means that she is a starlet. She is a bad woman in your eyes. I'm not gonna say the B word. Now it's 365 days of the year. Let's just say on average, 2 men give her a compliment. 2 men come at her and say, they shoot they shot, right? So that's a year. So that's 730 men. Do you think out of 730 men that shoot they shot, that she gonna turn every 730 of them down?
To be real with you?
Yeah.
No. But I'm being real as a man. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh yeah, that's a fucking lie. Like, I know at the end of the day, more men may be more accomplished than me in life. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I can't sit up here and be like no or yes. In my opinion, I'm hoping my girl will shoot that down, because we have these conversations. Like, I know exactly where I stand in life. My girl know where I stand. She already know where we at. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I look at it this way. Y'all gonna laugh. Michael B. Jordan can't fuck my girl if he shot his shot.
Michael D. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan can't fuck my girl if he had a shot.
Oh, okay.
All right. Killmonger going.
Michael B. Jordan can't fuck my girl if he shot his shot.
Well, Michael Jordan, he shot his shot on Mary J. Blige, and you saw how that happened.
That was rape, but okay.
What?
But that's a used car. That's almost like having a Mercedes-Benz 500 from 1995 with 200,000 miles on it. You go to the Tocha Note lot. They want $3,500 down, and they're gonna charge you $500 a month. Now, Yeah, no, that beyond a classic. That's a relic. That's like one of the things they got on.
Is it a relic?
Yeah.
God damn.
That's like one of the things they got a license plate on it, and it say classic on the license plate, and it got a little rust on it, but it's all right. But the upkeep is high.
Yeah, the upkeep, but you still
It's
drive.
just- But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I feel secure in my situation because, bro, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and say my woman is this, my woman is that. I can't sit up here and say every man can handle my woman.
Right.
But it takes a strong motherfucker to take on what I got.
That's right.
And you gotta stand on everything you say if you gonna try to put yourself in my position. Goes back to what he said. I'm willing to die behind that pussy. What's up?
I never said that. Don't you never heard me say nothing near that. I'm not dying behind no pussy.
Talk about the shooting. He said you was gonna.
Oh no, he said
that's
I'm not gonna choke nobody if my girl sucks somebody else up.
Oh, I ain't
I mean,
choking a nigga.
if I stepped out, like I said, if I step out, I can't tell her, hey, well, we just fucked. That's it. So you can fuck another dude. That's all you better do. I mean, I created that, so I can't control what happens on the back funnel end. But like you saying, so if you say your girl a 10, would you rate any other female a 10?
Honestly, to be real with you.
You asking me or you telling me?
No, I'm telling you.
Oh.
So only females are 10 in my eyes. I'm gonna go down my list. Let's be real.
No, I'm talking about regular, not like
Not
superstars.
these regular.
Like, no, I'm saying, would you ever? Okay, your girl is a 10, right? That's your head. You like my girl is a 10. A 10 is perfection, so that means no one is above her. So what I'm asking is, would you ever rate another female a 10? Like just regular male,
Okay.
mall.
So with
whatever.
that being said, nah.
Okay, so everybody else would be a 9
Facts.
and below. Okay.
Smart answer. Now, look, I'm gonna come to you. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Shit, what part?
Run it down. Come on.
We kind of went in well with it. Like, shit, alright. So, I ain't got no old lady, so I can't really relate to the shit Jay talking about. So, shit, if a 10 to 10, then shit, I'm going to call it a 10. If she ain't a 10, shit, I'm probably not going to call it at all. Shit, as far as what Twan was saying, he was talking that stuff. He was talking about, man, what was you kind of saying? Give me a little range.
Oh no, I was just saying like I'm transparent. Like I feel like whatever I could do, she could do. That's
Yeah,
pretty
nah,
much what
I'm kind of the same way. Like I'm from the H, man. Pimp C always, you know how it go, man. If you could do it, if I could do it, you could do it, and that's how it's gonna rock. Like I think where me and them be clashing at is more so along the lines of when they get to talking about the paying for everything and all of that stuff like that. Like if I'm paying for everything, you ain't chilling. Like you helping me. Like you helping me. You do like you work for me.
Slavery.
Nah.
Slavery.
Hey, but
Slavery.
that's your perspective. But the way I look at it from a more biblical perspective, right? So the man is
Old Testament and New Testament.
all of it.
All of it, yeah.
All
All
of
of it. It's the same. You might help me.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
technically you
That's
work for
right.
me, right?
No, you don't work. They don't work for you.
I mean, if we working together,
they work in tandem, but
Yeah,
but
I'm
they
saying.
work in tandem beside you. You're not in front of them. They're
Right.
beside
I
you.
don't think
Side
it's
by
beside.
side.
No, I don't think it's
But
beside.
look, you are the leader. You are the navigator.
So how can we be side by side?
Because look, women's equality. This is International Women's Month. We got to be a
I
little bit
understand.
more.
City boys, we are 5,000
Look,
just to
look.
let y'all know.
I understand,
Yeah,
but so if I'm going biblical,
yeah.
it's the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
They ain't side by side. Them boys ain't side by side.
No. But
You gotta go
that's
before
different.
them.
You got this.
But the only way that you could get to the Father is through the Son.
I understand, and guess who I report to? I report
He
to,
said, "I report to."
That's why I say you got this nigga started.
I report to them. I report to them. If she my helpmate, she
Yeah.
supposed to be. She ain't supposed to be beside me.
I
And
think
if
you-
beside me, you can influence what I'm talking to them.
I think you equal.
So okay.
That's
So
biblical, right?
Yeah.
In the biblical terms, because you came from Adam's rib to be an equal help.
So she
But
was talking to God too.
When?
That's
Yeah,
what
she
I'm
was talking to God when they was in the garden and she had the damn apple. She had to be talking to them then.
She was talking to God.
Nah,
Yeah,
she
the
was talking
God-
to the
no,
servant. She was
No,
talking to the servant.
no, God the one that came and told them, hey, what the hell you just did?
No.
Right
That's
now, we talking about
no,
before.
no,
We
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
before.
no.
You
Before
said when
what?
you was in the garden, she bit the apple. She wasn't talking to God when she
Nah.
bit the
No,
apple.
I'm talking about They didn't have no knowledge. They was dumb. You can't count that.
I know, but one of them was talking to God. Who was talking to God? Somebody was talking to God.
Man.
All right. So if somebody was talking to God, that means I'm giving you my instruction. I ain't giving them to her. I'm giving them to you.
But as a leader,
The serpent was talking to him before
so
both
as
of
a
them.
leader, if I'm getting instructions from our higher up, as a leader, I'm gonna give you clear as day instructions. Hey,
So
this
are we
is-
side by side, or
we're-
am I telling you? Something?
okay, so you 1 foot ahead. That's better.
But you my helpmate.
The questioning in that, the biblical terms, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, I feel what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But you got to think about it like this. She came from your rib. So that means a part of you was fucked up from the jump. But because they took the rib from you.
I like that one. I like that.
I like that.
That's how
I like that. I like
the rib. Because
explain it.
Eve was made from your rib.
I understand.
She was made from you. She's an embodiment of you.
I ain't telling him to do that. He did it on his own.
which means a part of you subconsciously or however you want to take it was fucked up from the jump. Because if a part of you created a person
No.
that
you right. I was fucked up
Yeah.
because shit. I was talking to him instead of talking to her. Because shit, in Adam head, they was equal side by side when it shouldn't have been side by side. That's how it all got fucked up.
I think he created them equally. I think they were equal when he made them.
Okay. So if you're equal,
You gotta think.
if
The serpent
you're
was made
equal-
before them,
hold on,
right?
Wait. If you equal,
The serpent was around.
Was already there.
If
So
you're equal-
who equal is he?
if you're equal,
It's a confusing story. I be confused.
Let's put it like this.
I don't want to get in biblical terms, but I just
Man was,
I be confused.
and I feel like this is why some people get it construed or whatever. Man was made first. Can we all agree on that? Man was made first. With that being said, you're saying there was some fault in man.
Yeah.
That way, when the
Out
rib
of the
was
rib.
taken and create woman, that's where the evilness or whatever shit came from out of man.
Because they had no known knowledge
Okay.
before they ate the apple. Is
And
what
I'm
I'm
telling
saying.
you
So
what
that,
the fault was dude was talking to God. He wasn't giving her no clear direction, as my man said. He wasn't giving her clear direction.
Instead of him giving her
He just said,
applesauce, he
"Hey,
gave her
don't-"
apples.
He said, "Hey, don't mess with that tree over there." He ain't tell her why don't mess with that tree over there. He ain't tell her who said don't mess with that tree over there. He was just like, "Hey, this one right here is off limits. You have whatever else up here."
but if he's the leader, why should he have to give any other
And
instructions?
this is
as a leader,
this is how the show goes.
as a leader,
This is how the show
as a
goes.
leader. What I'm saying,
the
if we go on
topic is
biblical.
supposed to be for about
but-
10
but-
minutes.
you know what I'm saying?
Because, hold on, let me explain it. Because of what you said. He came from you and he created them equal. He talking to her as he's an equal.
Mhm.
And if you an equal, then you supposed to know what I already know, but you can't know what I know because you're not talking to who I'm talking to.
That's true.
Technically, we're not equal.
I feel that.
We're not on the same
Y'all-
level.
y'all
But
not.
If I'm treating you as equal, then you can kind of go off and do what you want to do because you think you're up under
Yeah,
nobody's
that's
rule.
true. So this is the thing. Guns weren't made back then, right? Who the fuck put the gun in? What I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna hit you. Guns weren't made back then, right? You got instructions from God, right? Who the fuck put the gun in your head to make you eat the apple? Eve ain't stick that bitch in your mouth. You grabbed it from her head. So how did you not know better when you got the concise instructions
Go back,
from the
go back
Lord?
again. Go back
The
to
Lord
the
told
starting to kick
you
in.
we gonna do it in a black mode, nigga. Don't fuck with that tree. Alright? Them apples and shit, that ain't for you niggas. Chill out, right? He already knew y'all was gonna eat the apple. That's automatic. He already knew.
This why he did it. Let me tell you. She fucked up. Alright, shit. He gonna come down. He gonna kill her. The only way he ain't gonna kill her is if I fuck up also. Shit. That's the only way that they gonna be alright.
What I'm saying is that if you knew, she didn't know.
You're right. This the only way she gonna. This the only way she gonna be good.
What I'm
So
saying.
can we? Can we
Alright,
say this?
yeah.
Can we say this? So look,
Everybody fucked up.
can we
is what
say
I'm
this?
saying.
That's what you said.
Is it accurate to say, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, women, and I'm gonna say my generation because I'm the youngest, want Old Testament, New Testament ways. They want the traditional marriage or whatever the case may be, but they don't want to be traditional. They want man to do and provide everything the old school days, but they want to feel like I can do whatever.
They want
the
the
fuck I
traditional
want.
man.
But see, this is the thing. The thing is a stipulation on submission, right? So when you look at love, you look at it from a tech context or a construct of it being unconditional. The only way you're gonna get unconditional love is from your mouth, and then sometimes that might be a little bit flawed because remember you came from her being. Now everything else is conditional.
I disagree.
So, no, I'm gonna tell you why. Cause look, it's on these conditions. Like you with your woman right now. I can't speak on y'all whole relationship or circumstance, but I just tell you how it normally goes. So a woman like how you look. A woman like the program you run down. They like everything about you and the fact that you provide. Let it get to a point where you can't provide. Let it get to a point where she is the sole provider. She gonna get tired of that. And what she gonna do is, I love you, but I must go somewhere where I can be happy. And when she goes somewhere where she can go be happy, that's a different condition. So yes, she still love you, but the conditions that she came into the whole construct of your relationship has been breached.
So let me ask you.
So that's conditional.
Let me ask you a question on that. Do you think she's settling at that point? Do you think she's settling at that point?
Yes, it's a lot of settlement that's going on in the world. Cause look, you see women all the time. The woman, she might be pudgy. She might not have no hair. She might drive a little bit of ass Prius. But she want a man that's 6 feet tall, waves in his hair, light skin like Shamar Moe, make 6 figures, drive a Benz, got a big house, and got 12-inch wood. That's what she wants, right?
That's usually how it goes.
Look, hold on. Now, we gonna come down here, right? The checklist, right? She meets you, because most times they looking for that thing, but they don't have the assets to get that thing. So they keep getting rejected, shut down, this, that, and other. They say, maybe I'm going a little bit too far. Maybe I can just shave off a little bit. Maybe he don't have to be light-skinned. He could be a mid-skinned brother. Maybe he don't need to have no waves in his hair. Maybe he could be bald. Maybe he could have dreads. Maybe he could have receiving hairline. He ain't got to make six figures. Maybe he could be the trash man. Who knows? She gonna settle to a point where it could fit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then she like, this is the best I'm gonna get. I'm gonna ride with that. Now, I'm gonna throw this into the equation. You got BBLs, you got tummy tucks, you got all these enhancement surgeries that are out here. Once she enhanced herself, and then she started to get the compliments from the guys that was on her initial checklist. Where does the brother that she selected stand?
Hold on. Wait. Let's rewind. Let's rewind. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's rewind. This is a Coke bottle. A 20 ounce. This is a 2 liter. These requirements is coming from a 2 liter.
Yeah.
So you expecting me to do all of this shit, but you look like fucking Medea.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You got unrealistic
but did you hear what else he said? Did you hear what else he said? So he threw an extra caveat out there when he said
she got all the surgery.
So now she that Coke ain't even this Coke bottle. She the Coke bottle from the actual commercial and the pictures and
that's
one
fine.
You got the Pepsi Coke bottle.
Hold on, but that's fine. Real that's fine. Now let's be real. We are all men. Let's be real. If she's overweight or whatever the case from the start, who paid for this shit? Because let's be real, men, and I don't care what nobody says. Men, we're physical creatures.
Visible.
I'm sorry, motel kicking in. But anyway,
bro,
let's be real, bro. Hold on, let's be real. So as a man, right? We pay for this, and I ain't gonna lie. Some men will settle for it because they got faults within themselves. Let's be real. But after you have that again, this the 2 liter.
32 ounce. 32
okay, 32 ounce. Before or after the surgery?
Before. That's the
original. Okay. Now this is after the surgery. Got the curves and everything. I'm talking about curves and everything. However, when she pop out 2-3 motherfucking kids, because if I'm making $160,000 a year for the first kid, okay, I got a kid. I gotta step my shit up. I'm making $270 now. I got another kid. All right, to put all these kids through college, whatever. She want to drive this type of car. She want to live in this type of neighborhood. I'm at $400,000 now.
Still with this one.
I'm still with that one. But now let's be real. After 2 kids and all the surgeries, she's back to this motherfucking 2 liter. Let's be real. Because after the first kid, you're gonna gain about 30 pounds. during that
Damn,
pregnancy.
nigga, you ain't run your program right.
Man, no, hold on. Let's be real.
That's why I said she belong to you.
Let's be real.
After you
During
start having them
pregnancy,
motherfucking kids, baby, you gotta get your ass in the gym.
exactly.
Fuck
However,
like
but
this
if she
is.
never,
Wrap the fuck up.
was in the
Wait,
So this my thing with that I feel like that. So are you in love with the person or you in love with a figure?
and that's
I'm in
what
love
I
with
was
both of them
leading to.
motherfuckers.
Because if she big and you love, like, that's what I'm
I'm in love
saying.
with both of
It's
them.
settling a bad thing. That's the question I got. Because I don't think nothing is wrong with this big,
I'm in love
whatever,
with
If that's
bold
your
built
type.
motherfucker. It ain't gotta be your type though.
But
It ain't gotta be your type.
Yeah,
Because if you meet your
got
wife,
her like this and then she turn into that, no, nigga.
there's
that's
a
a
problem.
but look,
Breach the
That's why.
contract.
That's why people cheat. That's why
I
people
feel
cheat.
that, but you're cheating with the image because
Man,
your
come on,
small
man.
ass might have met her. You may have been like this,
Yeah.
and you done got big than a bitch.
But then you
that's
turn them on
facts.
tail. You turn
Yeah,
them
not
on
even that. You turn them on. So
That's why
All I
I
gotta do is
said
go back to the gym and then
exactly.
I'm gonna turn into one of these.
Men, we're gonna go put that work in. Most times out of not. I'm sorry. 9
Ain't
times
a
out
lot
of
of
10.
niggas putting that work in, bro.
No.
What?
Ain't a lot of niggas putting that work in.
I'm gonna be.
Ain't a lot of niggas going to the gym. Ain't a lot of niggas going to the gym to satisfy their. Because women don't come at you like, hey, you know, when I met you, you had abs. They not worried about that. A lot of women, a lot of women are focused on, like, when you get older, certain shit don't matter.
Gravity
anymore.
gonna take over. I understand.
No, I'm saying when you get older, your mental changes. You're not worried about.
Gonna drop.
At a certain age, in your 30s, you're not about to send your girl to go get a BBL, bro. You don't care at that point. Like, I just want you to have great.
They going to get them home by themselves.
I beg
So I
to
guarantee you.
differ.
Are you gonna send her to go get a BBL? Like, hey, baby,
I beg to differ.
This is what person matters over physical attributes. You got to fall in love with the person that you're dating. You got to fall in love with their mindset. If you're not in love with that, if you're not in tune together, that shit don't even matter.
But Jay, the mindset is only for the time that they're in.
Exactly.
Look for the time that they're in. Look, you are a vessel. I'm gonna give you an example.
Facts.
You are a vessel. Now y'all knew when I was 400 pounds.
Exactly.
Right.
My mindset different from when I was 400 pounds to now when I'm under 200. I'm still the same person, but my mentality totally different. A person could go through things and their mindset be totally different than what it was in the beginning. So when you're in a marriage or if you deal with a person for a long period of time, what you dealt with from the start is not what you're going to deal with from the finish.
Don't change up.
So you have to include those caveats as you move forward. So yeah, things may change. You in the middle of it, yeah, you might settle.
True, and that's the same
During that journey.
That's the same thing that comes when a motherfucker didn't have money, they run into money. The motherfucker had money, they don't got money no
What
more.
I'm saying is
So
we
that
got
with that
money
being
now.
said, your mindset as you mature, as y'all grow, your mindset should grow. So if her mindset not growing, if her mindset still on impressing these motherfuckers, she the wrong one for you.
So if she impressing them going from a 32-ounce bottle to a Coke bottle,
No, I'm talking about materialistic shit and her wanting all of this other shit. That's what I'm saying.
Would you make your girl go get a BBL if she
Me
got to like a
personally,
32
fuck
ounce?
no.
You cool with it though, right?
Because at the end of the day, like, let's be real. Since I've met my girl,
How big she got? How fucking big?
no, we gonna get in.
She gained about 50
get in the
pounds.
gym.
50
We're
pounds.
gonna get in the gym.
50 pounds.
Let's get in the gym. Let's change our diet. Let's get in the gym
That's what I said.
before we even put you under the knife because that shit can cause more harm than good.
Thank you.
Let's try the healthy alternatives first. Let's try our changing our diet. Let's go to the gym. We don't even gotta lift. We can go walk. We can.
But
go
it's some niggas and some females that don't care about the health benefit. It's just that when I met you was a dime, and now you.
And that's
like a penny.
why. And that's
And I
that's
want
why
you to
divorce is
think
so
about
high in our community.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you why the reason divorce is so high in the community. People look toward the ceremony and not toward the journey.
Facts.
You'll see a lot of people go into debt just so they can have this extravagant wonderland wedding, right? The whole focus is on the wedding, but not necessarily. Yeah, but not necessarily the union. You see what I'm saying?
They custom.
Because see, look, the union. But look, the union is the most important thing. Like, have you figured out if this person gonna be down with you through sickness and health? Those are the vows that you say. But most times we looking toward the adulation, the pictures. We want to be on social media. People look at us and say, "Oh, relationship goals, marriage goals." You want to impress everybody because you want people to see it. Not saying everybody, but I'm just saying a facet of our community move that way. Then when you look down the line, maybe 5 to 10 years, they go through everything. They go through number one, when you finally understand that this person ain't the one for you, You go out and try to find something else. Then you get so used or so comfortable to that person that you married to or you with being there that you try to figure out a way to have your cake and eat it too. And that's what leaving all this extra. Then you bring kids into it.
Yep.
When you bring the kids into it, it make it even more bitter. Because then when you leave, the man got to pay child support. The man might have to pay something else. The woman gonna go find who she need to be with. But guess what? You become a young man with principles and turn into an old man with debt.
Let me interject real fast.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna give y'all the float off.
Go ahead.
With that being said, and y'all know me, I'm a strong advocate for counseling, therapy. Before you even get into a marriage as a unit, you need counseling as an individual. Like, people don't understand, like, it's, you may not see it, but other motherfuckers see your flaws. And you may always make excuses for your flaws. Get your shit fixed first before you even bring this other person on. Now, with that being said, I believe strongly in premarital counseling. With that being said, just because y'all got married, don't stop going to that motherfucker, because when y'all get married, more problems gonna occur. From my understanding, I've never been married. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. The first 2 to 3 years is the hardest. Is that right?
Oh yeah. And then you throw in pandemic. You throw in all these different things that's going on right now. Just imagine, they told you can leave your house. You stuck there with the same person day in, day out in your house. They done closed the beauty shop, so ain't nobody getting their hair done. At the barber shop, ain't nobody getting no haircut. We rugged.
Africa move.
We might not have no toilet tissue, so somebody got to use a towel or a t-shirt. So if you go through that and you make it through that, choose a woman. Yeah, but then you get in there, who gonna clean up the shower? Because you know most. Now
that goes back to submission.
Yeah, see, but the submission part come in. You gotta be the proper leader that they want to follow. Because if they see any flaw in you, they not gonna follow you. And then also you have to look at the person that you're dealing with, right? Some people was raised off survival. Other people was raised off of love. Most women didn't have their dad in the house. And then if they did have their dad in the house, he might not have been the right type of brother. So that dwindled down to a fraction of women that have the proper male role model. And who's to say she had the proper female role model in the house either? Come on, man. So it's a bunch of things. It's a bunch of different.
So who's responsible for preparing a woman for marriage? Her father or her mother?
Both of them.
Both.
Okay, now in our community, let's be real. And this is my opinion.
Nobody's really ready, bro. They just
65% of our communities grow up with a single parent household.
That's right. And I'm gonna put it like this: it is a revolving door in them single parent households. Because look here, the respect level that some folks have on bringing children around men, or having that man around, or having that woman around, is not really present anymore.
Yeah.
So okay, they might date somebody for a year. During that time, they might bring another dude over, this, that, and other, because right now it's on survival. You see how high gas prices is? They trying to get with Joda because Joda got $50. He gonna put something in the tank. She need a man for the rent. She need a man for the car. You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at it from a morals perspective.
So what?
That falls back on principle too.
So what? Because I'm not married, so I want to ask married. What marriages? Because I have an idea, but do you feel like people that settle, and not necessarily settle, when I say settle, I just mean that their preferences went out the window and they seen the person that was right for them. Do you think people who settle in marriages last longer than people who have these high standards? Or do you think it's about the same? Or do you think it's... Because I personally, I feel like a different way, but I wanted to ask you because I'm not married, so I can't...
I'm not married either. So, I'm not married either. But I will tell you this because I'm experiencing that realm. If you settle, you'll learn to find that you'll resent the person that you with. Because if you settle at that point, then you're going to be very anal about what they do. And you're going to be looking at everything they do. Everything going to piss you off.
So can I ask y'all a question? Is there, you know how women test men? Do y'all feel it's fair for us men to test women? I'm going to give you an example. say you got a job, right? Your job give you sick time, whatever the case may be. Let's say you go home one day, you tell your wife, your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, hey baby, I got laid off. You got you got all this unlimited time you never use, but you use 2 weeks, right, of time, and be like, hey, I got laid off, I lost my job. And y'all don't think that's an accurate test to see how she gonna handle it?
Not necessarily.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
The reason I say not necessarily is because, like you're supposed to be the provider. Shit, if that's just your girlfriend, bro. Shit, that's a sign of shit.
See, that's a different sport. I don't believe in that you're supposed to be a provider. Not in 2022, bro. Like,
hold on, let's finish this question. Hold
yeah.
on,
No, I only okay. Then hold on. The only reason I asked that is because
the base of the question is about the test.
Right, just to, you didn't really lose your job. Like,
yeah, I know.
But she don't know this.
But she's depending on you.
Right. So with that being said, if she pack house and be like, you know what, I can't deal with this shit.
First off, you're a man. Why you even playing games like that with her?
Thank you.
First, hold on, wait. Whoa.
He said testing. He said it's
okay.
You're not supposed to test. You're supposed to vet.
Okay. So in life, so let's be real. In life, every motherfucker you dated, you vetted them properly. You talked to the ex-boyfriend, ex-husband.
In life, I have not. But what I'm saying is, if you getting ready to marry somebody, if you getting ready to make them that person, you know how you. Actually, shit, if you gonna have them in your house for more than 6 months and some legal shit can happen like you can in the state of Texas, nigga, you need to vet they motherfucking ass, dog. Mm-hmm. Because shit, you could end up hurting in the end of that shit, bro.
Thank you.
But I feel what I'll say is like this. Like the way I operate with the test shit, I fuck with that. I fuck with that tough because this is what I do. Females are always ask you to take them out, regardless if you know them or not. They'll be like, "Hey, I want to go here." I'll bring them out. I'll bring them out for the first time. But you know what females I fuck with the most? When a female hits you up and they say, "Hey, I want to go here," and when y'all go out and when the bill comes,
they take care of it.
Because she's like, "I asked you out." That's a person who you know. If you ain't got it, she gonna pick up your slack.
That's
a lot of women don't know that though.
That falls on principle.
Yeah, that's not
morale.
That is morale.
No. That's principle. Because first off, it's a common rule, and motherfuckers don't understand. If I ask you to do something, I'm not looking for you to pick up the tab at the end of the day. That's principle.
But a man is supposed to be a leader, though, correct?
Hold on.
What man is gonna let a female pay?
Weezy.
If we going off morale and logics and moral code, that's the moral code. The thing about it is that a lot of females are self-entitled. They're used to niggas paying for everything, and when they meet that nigga,
a man never been real with them and said, "Man, look,
that's what I'm saying."
So, until these men out here that's watching this,
stop paying for shit.
Stop lying to these females. If she don't look like fucking a 7 and she's a -2, tell her she look like a -2.
I didn't say.
Because niggas.
Oh, you talking about just look? Yeah.
People are beating around the bush and feeding these women these lies, and they building up on these lies.
I don't think it's
like,
people
don't
feeding
do that.
women the lies, bro. Because it's not necessarily.
It's society.
No, it's not.
It's social media.
It's females feeding other females the lies, bro. It's females feeding other females the lies. Oh, girl, you a 10, and clearly men looking at her like you
I don't
think
no female. You think Rihanna a 10?
But
you don't have no 10 outcomes.
I don't think no women. I think if you're a 10, you'll be married. That's my personal belief.
No,
but it just fall
that's
back
perfection,
on principle, bro. That's
no,
all I'm saying. They fall back on principle because at the
I'm talking about 10 overall, not just looks. Like overall, like from every aspect. You're a great housewife. You can take care of kids. You can cook. You're attractive. You got your shit together. That's when I say a 10. I don't mean just off looks, because a lot of people base 10 off of looks, and they be in the Kanye West situation.
So this what we gonna do. This what we gonna do. So I want y'all to tell them where they can find y'all. Cause that was the last part of the question. Yeah. Let them know where they can find y'all and how to tune in to y'all. Cause y'all got some dynamic and unique perspectives.
You want to take it away, Jim?
Okay,
so y'all can follow us. We're on every podcast app. Y'all can find the Black and Blunt podcast. We do live shows where y'all can see the video content. Y'all can follow us on Facebook, the Black and Blunt podcast. We are on Instagram.
It's an ampersand, huh? What this thing called?
Yeah,
it's Black and Blunt.
No, it's not black. It's an ampersand. You gotta say ampersand. He ain't never heard of ampersand.
Go ahead, do your.
You can follow us at the Black and Blunt ampersand. It's an ampersand sign. Podcast. It may come up as show because it's just been recently changed. Everybody got a podcast. We trying to do something different to kind of move ourselves outside of the realm. So you can follow us at Black and Blunt Podcast.
Well, you said it was a show.
I said the name.
All right, man. And you can find me at CasketFresh_low on Instagram, and you can find me at Carlos St. Clair on Facebook.
God damn, Joe Budden. I'm Jay.
That's how
Jay
you supposed to say
Will
your shit.
on IG,
Facts.
Facebook Live. Facebook is Jay Will. I believe it's all the same. Jay Will, Jay Will. You know what I'm saying? Instagram is Jay Will 24, if I'm not mistaken. One of the hosts of the Black and Blunt Podcast / show. I'm out. Fuck these niggas.
All right, y'all. Look, I thank y'all for coming. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do this again because we had some good conversation here. I wanted to shout out my brothers here. And also, before we close, we also got to give a salute and shout out to our brother, Morin Shield.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That's our brother.
Facts.
If blood didn't make us brothers, struggle did. So, shit.
Hell, yo.
I got to give it up. You know what I'm saying? But, hey,
Big Juggler.
that's right. So when we come back, we'll have our final illustrious guest. You're not tuned in to Unbiased on Boss Up Houston Network. Don't leave, because we got more for you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hey y'all, I was just calling to tell y'all about my new show. I'm up here down here in the newsroom. You heard me? We talking political news, social news, hood news, jailhouse news, your mama news, baby mama news. We all over in the building, okay? I stay in the newsroom. Make sure y'all tune in to In the Newsroom each and every Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Boss Up Houston Network. Let's go.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up. Look up, stay up, and this is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Want to be a boss? Let's talk business. Let's talk fashion. Let's talk health, fitness, community, lifestyle, and finance. With Boss Up Houston, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
At Lowe's, spring is a season of possibilities, a time for growth, and a time for a fresh trim. It's where new projects begin, and curb appeal takes on new meaning. Stop by Lowe's first annual Spring Fest before the fun and savings for your garden and total home are gone. Home to any budget, home to any possibility.
AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience than cable. Ask me how to get 300 megabits per second for only $35 a month, plus taxes and fees, with no annual contract, no bundles required, and unlimited internet data included. Call Boss Up Houston Network at 832-895-5095. Again, that is Boss Up Houston Network at 832-895-5095. Limited availability. May not be available in your area. Speed change based on combined upload and download capacity of internet 300, internet 500, and internet 1000. For Xfinity selection and hotspot, internet, 500 meg, 7 meg, 1 gig, 1.2 gig cable services with uploads of 10, 20, and 35 megabits per second. Download max speed is 920 megabits per second for internet 1000. Speed varies.
Doing it yourself doesn't have to mean all by yourself. With the Home Depot as your partner, doing's never been easier. You can pick up skills in a virtual workshop. Pick up what you need fast or have it delivered same day. And if you have more projects than you have time to do them, we can even help with that. This is doing like never before. This is the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
And we're back, family. So this gentleman that I have to my right, me and this man went through many wars. Yeah. I'm talking about at the first point of my comedy career, I came out and I roasted somebody, and I won a night of roasting. And I, you know me, I got a little boastful online, and this man saw it, and he wasn't there that night. He said if he was there, he would have took the crown. So then that's when the rivalry came. Yeah. But throughout our journey, throughout the rivalry, we became real good partners. Yeah. Gentleman to my right, better known as Big Baby Green.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Bree?
What's that, my boy?
Appreciate you, G. Appreciate the energy. Appreciate the intro. Hey, that history is something else, though. Hey, that video they sent me was like, hey, you got to go say something to this dude, bro. This dude is killing characters right now. And they was like, hey, if you don't go back over there, we going to have to send somebody else. So that's how I ended up back. So they really sicked me on you real quick, though.
I saw, because like the time, that second time, you know, and they had set it up, basically everybody in comedy in Houston was there. Yeah. It was a full house.
Full house, nigga. All the OGs showed up. Thinking about it, hey, they really set that up as like a main event. Mm-hmm. Like, boys pulled out of they been out there in a while. We had a whole crowd for the after show. That's wild now that I think about that shit. And we had we got multiple tapes, we got highlights, we got shit that went viral, G. Yeah. Hey, yeah, that shit hard as fuck.
But see, coming from that point, and I know you can feel me on this, well, we were beloved. Yeah. Right? At that point, we were beloved. But at this point, I feel like I'm a villain. Yeah. And I accepted it. I feel like I'm a Tyler Perry villain at this point. I'm light-skinned with a beard, and I talk too much. Yeah. But hey, I'm with it. Yeah. How you feel about that?
I feel like I got put in the category that I was trying not to, as like just a roaster. Mm-hmm. Like, boys don't know I got 45 minutes of straight fire. And it ain't got single roast in it. But the roasting really put me in the game, and it kind of stamped me, and it stamped me in a way it got me in some rooms that I wasn't gonna get into. But at the end of the day, it kind of slowed down the other rooms that I was trying to get to, because a lot of people are scared. They think I'm a verbal bully, is what I've been called to my face. So yeah, it come with it though. But I have my fun, you know. I don't show no malice when I do no roasting. It's all fun, bro. I be most of the time with a smile on my face trying to find the most goofiest shit you look like.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm the other side of it. I'm the Darth Vader of it, because I find malice in everything. I really be wanting to tear your head off. I really don't give a damn. And, you know, I'm a very nice guy. But when I'm on that stage, it's a one-man sport with that mic, and I feel like I got to do the best that I can to get that crowd. And hell, if I got to scare you, insult you, or whatever the hell I got to do, I do it.
Yeah. See, now I use it as like a little pun. You know, every once in a while you got to make an example out of a nigga real quick. Yeah. Let y'all know I'm for real. Hold on, let me pop 3 of y'all real quick. And that get their attention. They be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm on your ass next if you keep playing with me. Like, right. So they don't expect it when they see a nigga. Like, they see you hit the stage, they don't expect you to be that verbal with it. Yeah. But I'll light your ass up with a smile on my face and go on about my business. Like, it was just something I do.
So I know probably about a year ago you moved to Las Vegas and you were doing things out there. Kind of tell us about your experiences there.
Yeah, Vegas was a whole different speed, whole other temperature. It was my second attempt to move out there, which is some things that, you know, just me growing in life. I didn't really get a lot of this as a young age, being able to go out and adventure different things and see the type of world that I'm living in now. So the move to Vegas was kind of like, hey, I'm doing it. Like, I don't care what it takes to do it, and I don't care how hard it is, I'm doing it. And I did it, and that shit was hard as fuck. I ain't do no planning, I ain't had no set behind nothing like that. I'm just like, hey, I'm just moving, fuck it, just on the string. And I learned that the first time, nah, nigga, you need a plan. So the second time I went back with a plan, but now you gotta learn, all right, sometimes you gotta go back to the drawing board. So I'm figuring all that shit out there. I still got staples out there. My name's still out there from what I did. So shout out to all the boys in Vegas out there. Shout out to them boys on that ringer. You keep working, G. I see you though. But yeah, it's definitely a different speed. If you ain't ready for it, do it anyway.
See, I'll tell you a story. before I came to Carrington's, you know I had did some shit in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Noreen's on a Sunday night.
Oh shit.
So everybody, to let y'all know, Noreen's is the only bar in Vegas that's Pittsburgh still a dime. All day long. And they hold like a showcase there every Sunday night. And basically everybody that work the strip go there. They either go there to unwind or to work their material. Now I was a newbie. I was fresh. I mean, to even go back a little bit more on the story, I went to an 85 South show. And it's a picture that I have that I put out there every once in a while. And the guys, they recognized me and they were like, hey, do you do comedy? I was like, I'm thinking about it. They say, well, you should do it. And then next week, I flew to Vegas. Shout out to my brother Dane. We was out there and we went to the rings. First time on the thing, whatever, stage, I did what I was supposed to do. I put the footage out there. If y'all look at World of Comedy 5 on IG, it's out there. Man, I got claps, everything. It was like, how long you been doing it? I told them that was my first time. They were like, wow. So when I came back to Houston, because I met Cliff, because I was scouting that Secret Group.
Yeah.
And I did my set, you know, I was new.
This Secret Group.
I did my set at Carol's, because after I met Cliff was like, I got a black room, you should come.
That's where he found me at Secret Group.
Yeah, because that 30 down, being 30 down.
I'm about to say, right at number 27, 28, I was in that house like, bro, this shit, man, look. And Cliff looked at me after I got on stage, said, man, come on over here, bro. Shout out to Cliff, too, man. That's one of the realest niggas in the city, G.
Square business. Shout out to him and his wife, Penny. Know what I'm saying? They family. So, when I went up there, whatever, I did my set, and I was sitting on the side, and Ray came by, and Ray was like, hey, you ought to come to Bodega. I don't do nothing on Monday night, but I ain't go, right? So, Cliff called out, he said, yeah, I got wrote about it, did that and other. And I was feeling a little bit perturbed. I went up there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And one after the other, I tried to kill everybody.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. So shout out to Vegas. That night I met Ricky Byrne, who's a heavyweight out there.
Yeah.
And he told me to keep going, and that's what we do.
Yeah, Ricky's still eating out there, though. Ricky's still eating out there. That's how I got on there, too. Because I did a Christmas show with Cliff at Carrington's. And it was a roast battle. After that, I went against Tom Payne. So after that, it had kind of died out. Like, it really wasn't nobody else willing to grab the mic. Like, niggas knew, all right, Big Baby here, oh, fuck it, I'm not even going up. Like, after you start coming, that's when niggas was like, hey, you got to get back over there, because I had ran it like 8 weeks straight. I mean, that whole murder niggas, like, with one sentence. I got 30 seconds. I'm going to say one roast and drop the mic and it's over with. Like, I was killing niggas like that. Like, it wasn't no joke no more. So, as soon as he started bringing in more competition, I seen how he was filling out his room. I'm like, hey, I fuck with it. I'm going to come to this bitch every week if I got to. So, yeah, that shit was hard. We had some roasts, man. I can't remember some shit you told me. I had on a beauty supply, a beauty supply starter kit. Yeah. With the t-shirt and the pants on. So I got on the cottons and the beauty supply starter kit. And that shit kind of struck a nerve because I had just left the beauty supply for that t-shirt too.
So man, I just want to get into the psychology of it, right?
Yeah.
So we never really talked about it. So back then, what was your thoughts on me when we was going at each other that hard? Because it was a lot of animosity.
It was more of those, like, I'm watching how hard you were going, and it kind of made me go, like, it made me laugh a little harder, but it made me go harder. Like, it was like, okay, all right, I see what that had a little strength behind it. I said, oh, you for real? He said that held real loud. So it made me laugh and come up with even more goofier shit. So I kind of like fed off of it. So, which I'm pretty sure you fed off my shit too. Like, this nigga think it's a game. So that shit really fed off. After a while, I was like, I really don't know if this nigga's serious or not. I don't know if I'm gonna have to meet this nigga in the parking lot afterwards or not. So it was like, niggas start trying to read you. But it really wasn't no thing like that. I'll talk to you. I'll pull you outside. You know me, I'm a smoke with you. I'm a check your temperature. Yeah. And I'm like, cool little cat though. He just do this shit though. That's the energy you carry with it.
Man, but I'm gonna tell you one roast that made me go lose weight. Nigga say I was built like the Mucinex, man. I had to give up. I said, you know what, man? Where's the surgeon? Where is the surgeon, please?
Yeah.
Right? So
I remember that night.
It did not even that, man. You know, back then I was eating so bad I was drinking almost a fifth of Crown Raw.
Yeah.
And I was sweating and it was cold.
Yeah.
And I say that next day I went to the doctor and they told me they was trying to say I had kidney cancer, whatever. And I called them. I say, look, where is the nearest surgeon? Because I cannot be the Mucinex man no more. But for real, I look back at the videos. I say, I agree. I agree. And I'm like, that's the hardest one.
And that's the art of my roasting, bro. I be trying to figure out something that you can't even be mad you look like. Like you be like, I do kind of see that shit. I see it, but I can't even say nothing back, bro.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck. I was like, okay. But for real though, your transition from roasting into stand up. Yeah. So what was the hardest part for you?
The hardest part was just building the material and figuring out how much I wanted to give people. Mm-hmm. Like there's a big baby that's Brandon and there's me. Mm-hmm. And it's like you gotta figure out how much to give them people and how much you wanna put subjective to other people's opinion. Right. Like it's some shit that I take real serious that I wouldn't dare show the world until it's completely done and ready. Right. It's some shit that I don't mind throwing out. You know, I'll tell you I got this working, this, that, other, just to see if somebody else can step in. You know, I know another piece of that, Right. But just having a mentality for that shit, bro, you gotta learn. You gotta really want to be funny.
Yeah, because even beyond wanting to be funny, it's a little bit of anxiety that a lot of people don't know.
Man.
So when you stand in front of somebody, it's probably like a 5-second timer. This is how I see it, a 5-second timer. That's why I always pick out a live song to come up to because I want to bring up their spirits. Yeah. I do something to kind of wake people up. But after that song come off, it's 5 seconds. If that 5 seconds go dead, you dead.
Yeah.
If that 5 second go good, you good.
Yeah.
Because you can ride that momentum. Do you ever witness something like that?
Yeah, I do. I got like it just depends on like the energy when I'm coming up. Mm-hmm. If I feel like somebody they actually clapping and shit like that, they got a little energy with it. I feel like I can take them and run with them. But if it's like some people I know they and then it's quiet, they don't even wait for me to grab the mic to stop clapping, then I know I gotta come out shooting. I'm finna come out roasting. I'm gonna wake y'all up. But yeah, I do jokes to where I pause in between to see how long people laugh. Cause sometimes you'll say a joke and they don't laugh, and then you let it sit quiet, and then they'll rerun the joke, and then they'll start laughing even harder. So I definitely learned how to pace and when to learn to switch jokes, when to switch topics. But that quiet shit will kill you if you ain't ready for it, bro. If you don't know what to do with that quiet time on stage, it'll fuck your head up, and you'll be the only motherfucker in the room thinking like that.
Yeah, because it's almost like you shoot at a pretty woman, and that pretty woman hesitates, like,
yeah.
And that level of anxiety kick in, you fucked.
Yeah.
You pretty much over.
That moment you start thinking, like, I probably should stop talking to her, is when you'd already fucked off.
Exactly.
My whole thing is you gotta drop your nuts. Once you get in the mood where you drop your nuts, it ain't shit nobody can tell you on stage. At all.
Nah. So, I seen recently that you went to Killeen with Jeff.
Yeah.
And I saw that was a very momentous trip. So tell us a little bit about what happened there when you were on stage and how you were received.
Yeah, for shit show, shout out to Jeff Shelley. That was a real good lookout. I have been trying to get out to Killeen. They've been ignoring the nigga like I ain't like, hey bro, y'all find out that nigga though, huh? Yeah. So that was kind of last minute thing. He hit me up, hey man, what you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm open right now. He said, I got a spot for you, G, if you can make it. So I got out there and getting in a room in a comedy line, like a comedy place that people bought tickets to come laugh. I could have came out on the stage and did anything and they would have laughed. But it was the whole energy of having that many people look at you at one time. That was like my biggest room that I've done. It was probably like maybe 200 people there. So it was kind of like, that's the biggest room I ever done. So having that many people laugh and like at the same time, even shit when I thought it wasn't funny, they laughed so fucking hard to it. It was like they energy fed me. And then I gave him the joke. I had to pull out some old jokes for him too, and they was eating them up. So it was like that was a big confidence booster. It was some shit where I felt like, and then you get into a mood where you go so long without hitting a home run, nigga feel like I don't know if I could do it no more.
Man, let me tell you what happened to me. This was last summer.
Yeah.
And I'm a shout out to, it was a gentleman that booked me and I hosted his event. His event was similar to that. It was over 100 people. It was me, Ben Jackson, Black Sheep, and I believe it was a Christian rap group called the Jesus Boys.
Okay.
That was very different for me.
Yeah.
But it was very nice. Shout out to Baron Crease with Fat Daddy's Way out there on the north side. If y'all ever want to get something to eat, holler at that boy Baron Crease, Fat Daddy. He out there, Huffman, Texas. So that was pretty new for me because I hosted the whole thing. And I was on stage for almost 2 hours, right? And at the end of that show, part of his family started to adopt me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they adopted me, and people was talking about man, and then it was trail ride groups that wanted to book me and everything. Yeah. I would say the most beautiful experience that you could possibly have is when you connect with your audience to a certain point to where they feel like you family, you a friend, and they just espouse this love to you.
Yeah.
Even when I did Atlanta, probably about 2 weeks ago, and I posted it. It was a gentleman that came up to me at the end of the show, and this man didn't know me from a can of paint before. This man hugged me and told everybody that they need to put some respect and some sauce on my name.
Yeah. That's that shit though. That's that juice. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
That's that juice on why you do that shit. Cause after the show, I can't remember, they was treated us like we came there. They took us to the club, gave us bottles and shit. Like it's a different type of thing. Like when you give people that energy. Yeah. Like making people laugh is a gift. Like you really gotta work at that shit to be a part of somebody's life like that. So being able to do that shit, SC, and get paid for it, hey bro, you winning, bro. It's a dub.
So, a couple of things that I've noticed from afar.
Yeah.
Number one, you built your apparel lineup. Show the people what you got on.
Oh yeah, I got the I'll fire your ass up official merch. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
we do the stitching, we do the vinyl. You know, I got the pajama set coming out. I got the whole top and bottoms. You know, I got the hoodies out. You know what I'm saying? This summer we're hitting y'all with the bikinis. You know, the swimwear. You know, the backpack. Every season I'm gonna drop something new in the logo. And this is my merch for my comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is some shit that I'm trying to take to a whole nother level, G. Like, and it's gonna do it too.
And on top of that, we will not forget to mention that you were on We Want All the Smoke.
Yeah, we want all the smoke for sure. Shout out to Jeff Mal Malucci, all the boys over there, Jason Morton, Daryl, all of them for that opportunity. Yeah, we want all the smoke on YouTube. I'm in 4 of those episodes.
Yeah.
Episodes for 2 through 6, but the whole season smacked though. The whole season smacked.
Yeah, I know. I caught most of it.
Yeah.
I caught your exploits as a criminal.
Yeah.
Which was very interesting. But also, we're not going to be belabored to mention that you are working on scripts. You do have things in the pipeline.
Yes.
So let's share with the people.
Yeah, so we got the TV show Every Day. That one has really taken off. I've sent that script to a couple of people I feel like would be good on that. The funding behind that has been a lot more than the movie. Now the movie is special because it's my boys, it's my people. Every comic in the city, every underground comic I come across I figured out a way to mesh them into the script based on their personality, not some shit they gotta act like. So it's a movie for Houston. So, and that ain't dropped because I want it to be perfect. Like, I don't want no stipulations behind it. I don't want nobody telling me when I can and when I can drop it, what it's supposed to look like. I don't want no other visions a part of it unless it's mine. So that's gonna come out when it come out. But Every Day is a TV show that I feel like gonna really show the other side. Cause that's really what I'm doing the comedy for, is to get to script writing and making my movies and my TV shows. But that's the biggest thing I'm most proud of, G. Is that Every Day. And when you see that shit, I'm gonna see a copy of the script. That shit is so fucking next level, bro. You gonna be like, nigga, you didn't write this. But that's Brandon though. I gotta let y'all meet Brandon eventually, but yeah, Big Baby gonna get us there first.
Already. So before we end up here, what is one thing that you would like the audience to know? Anybody that's watching, what is one thing that you would like for them take away from this diatribe that we've had?
I'm him. Period. I don't know whatever you think it is or whatever you thinking about comedy, I'm him. Music, I'm him. Movies, I'm him. Script writing, I'm him. Apparel, I'm him. Like there's nothing I can't do. So I just want you to be open to whatever I bring out because you know it's gonna be the shit. So just stay tuned is really what I'm asking. Just stay tuned.
All right. So, Big Baby, tell the folk how they can get in contact with you and how they can follow you.
Yeah, you can follow me on IG _Big Baby Green. You can also follow the apparel line, BBG Stitch on IG. Those are my 2 IG accounts that I'm on. My Snapchat got took, but that was doing numbers. I'm sorry, y'all. Mississippi, Illinois, Springfield, LA, all y'all that missed me, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's where you can find me. So I'm about to drop the new swimwear for the I'll Fire Your Ass Up brand. So y'all be on the lookout for that because that shit gonna be hot. Yeah.
All right, man. It was an honor and a privilege to
Yes,
sit down in this conversation with you.
Brother.
Yes,
love,
sir.
brother. Yeah. The shit show.
So we had a part of the night where we always give our parting shots, right? So earlier in the episode, we spoke with the Black and Blunt podcast, right? And you saw 3 diverse perspectives on a myriad of topics involving relationships. Y'all should be following them. Because I've seen them from the burgeoning state when they built this up into where it is now. And I applaud and salute them. World of Comedy 5 Entertainment supports them wholeheartedly. Then we had Big Baby. Big Baby came in and he told you everything that he went through, his whole journey, and where he going next. Like I said before, World of Comedy 5, anybody that's on this seat, World of Comedy 5 Entertainment supports wholeheartedly. So we're going to get down to this here. The name of the episode is Get To It, right? So these gentlemen that I had up here, they getting to it. They following their dreams with their passions. But that's hard work. Most people think that you can be an overnight success or overnight celebrity. That don't happen. It take a lot of time in order for you to manifest and get to where you need to go. Hell, I've been doing comedy 3 years. This is my 3rd year last month, right? I'm still on my genesis. Big Baby was doing this way before me.
Yeah, go on year 5.
These gentlemen that were on here earlier with the Black and Blunt podcast, they started up last year. So they on their journey. And I'll tell you how my day consists. I wake up every morning at 4 a.m. It don't matter if I'm working my professional job or doing anything else. I wake up 4 in the morning and I apply pressure on everything that I'm doing. It's not necessarily with an end state that we think that we're going to be Kevin Hart or we think that we're going to be Corey Holcomb or we think that we're going to be Mike Epps. No. It's a passion. It's something that we want to do. And it has got personal. So my whole concept and thought process now is to give y'all exactly how I think about certain things because I want to find my tribe. If you're watching this show, I know that you're a part of my tribe, you're a part of my family. That's why I start every time, good evening family. Because we share a kindred bond. Because if you listen to me, we share the same principle, morals, and everything. Not all of them because you're your own individual, but you're rocking with me and I appreciate it. So that's my whole mission statement right there. Is to share my thoughts with the world, have it appreciated, and by that, we'll elevate because more people will catch on. It's not about the money, it's about the whole mission to make the world a better place. I hope you find your mission and your passion to make the world a better place as well. Ken Mills here with Unbiased on Boss Up Houston Network. Tune in next week, we'll have an even more fire episode. Love y'all.
Hello fam, Ken Mills here once again with World of Comedy 5 Entertainment. So to give you the idea of what Unbiased is, we always see things on social media and also in the world where we wonder what is the thought process behind these idiotic things that people do. We're going to give an honest, unbiased opinion. So with that being said, we're going to cover several different topics. These topics will start from mental health, addiction, finance, incarceration, relationships. We're going to be truly unbiased this season. So remember, tune in at 8 p.m. Check us out on Boss Up Houston Network.